Today I'd like to ask the question, what is the natural consequence of guilt, sorrow, and shame? And what do they have to do with each other? Let's dig in and find out. Hey everybody, my name is Jesse, and I'd like to welcome you to my Step Out of Time series. I am a neuro-auto-associative programming facilitator and life coach. To answer today's question, I think we need to start out with some definitions. First off, what is grief? What is sorrow? What is shame? Why should we care the difference between them? And so I'm going to go in order of how most of us, I think, interact with these emotions. First off is guilt. It is the fact of having committed a breach of conduct. Whether that's in a relationship, we crossed a line in the relationship that we shouldn't have, whether we broke some precious item around grandma's house, which leads into sorrow, which is a feeling of deep distress, sadness, or regret. We recognize that breach of conduct and likely that we've caused someone hurt in the process. Lastly comes shame. This is a condition of humiliating disgrace. And I think this is where many of us go sideways with our healing process. So most of us are guilty of something. We have broken a trust, we've injured a relationship, we've done something to hurt someone. And that just allows us to recognize that we are human, that we are not perfect. And we feel sorrow or sad for that fallibility. We don't want to hurt people, and so we want to avoid it going forward. However, many of us recognize that injury and start fearing what other people are going to think about us if they were to learn the truth. Now, shame can be beneficial if it is kept within boundaries of preventing the worst circumstances. Shame is useful at a society level of preventing people from going out and letting their lesser impulses run wild. How many of us know that one friend that, hey, hold my beer, watch this, and we immediately grab the phone to record and then dial 911 if necessary? We've all been there. We've all made those dumb decisions. We've been that friend at one point in time. Whether that's we're jumping in a pool, doing a cannonball where we shouldn't be, whether we are saying something that makes us look bad and have it end up with egg on our face. Again, we're human. And shame is useful to help us recognize when something may not be a good idea. What is the natural consequence of this? However, when shame is a result of guilt and sorrow, and either we are holding that over someone indefinitely, or we're holding it over ourselves indefinitely, this is where it becomes a problem, I think, at least in my mind. We start taking that as a definition of who we are, and this is where it becomes immensely destructive. Where might you be hanging on to judgment of others or of yourself, where the period of healing should have long passed, but we won't forgive ourselves? And are we judging ourselves more harshly than we need to in these circumstances? When we look at guilt and the sorrow, and instead of facing the mistake, whether that is recognizing that we have an addiction to something, whether that's alcohol, coffee, pornography, whether that is an issue of simply a bad habit of going to the fridge because we're bored, and then instead of looking at it as this is an opportunity to change, heal, maybe I need to have a discussion with someone I care about in order to have them help me overcome this. We want to hide it, and we let it fester inside. What many of us don't realize is these feelings of guilt and shame don't heal. They will prevent us from overcoming these challenges. simply because we will not forgive ourselves. We will not ask for help. We will not let it come into the sunlight, which sometimes, yes, it hurts. But there's a reason that it is said sunlight is one of the best disinfectants. And at the same time, we cannot allow ourselves to shame others beyond what is necessary. What benefit does it give us to implement and play into cancel culture where we are shaming people for decades over a stupid decision they made as a teenager? How many instances of, here, hold my beer, would you want brought into the light 20, 30 years after it happened? Are there instances of, hey, I've got an idea, let's start a fire with a chainsaw? How many of you would want those circumstances brought into the light when they have no place anymore, other than as a fun story of warning of, kids, don't do this, this is stupid, you'll burn off your eyebrows. Instead, we hold our pasts over ourselves like a backpack filled with rocks, and we are more than happy to throw stones. Why? Let the bag fall. Let them out into the open. Frankly, let he who is without sin cast the first stone, and let's start healing. If you think I've gone too far, call me out. Please, let's have a discussion. Let's see where we can both learn. If you know someone who desperately needs to hear this, please, I implore you to share this message with them, either through this video or a simple discussion. If you need help implementing any of this, please, reach out. I would love to talk to you and see if we can find a solution. If you've just enjoyed being here, are enjoying the message, like and subscribe. Let's help this channel grow so that we can benefit more and more people. I look forward to hearing from you and look forward to seeing you on my next video. You have a great day.